Hey viewers, welcome to another game of the Casual Pro Gamer. Today we're doing, well, what is for now the last match of IEM Kiev, because the rest hasn't been released online yet. It is Sypher versus Against All Authority, and we are once again starting off just before the match starts. Yeah, we once again see support Nunu here on the top team. And it is apparently the new meta. And on the other team we see a support Derek. So once again the same matchup as last game in the bottom lane. We do see Shaco here in the jungle, which we haven't seen at all yet. It is really strong. Shaco in the jungle, yeah, Shaco's a really good ganker. Yeah, so is Rammus. So I guess both teams have a really good chance of getting the ganks off there. Obviously, the team with Shaco is not going to be able to invade the enemy jungle, but yeah, this purple team is going to definitely invade the jungle and going to try to get the double golems and the red. And they are going to run into this tri-bush. Yeah, CV going down on the red, nobody's there. So Shaco is definitely going for the blue. And once they know that, they're going to pick up this, hide in this bush basically. They're going to defend their position from here. And yeah, I'm assuming they will be able to pick that off. This is really annoying, guys. Just turn off the all view on the minimap. It is really annoying. Because we cannot see where the vision is at this moment. They didn't plant a ward, which is kind of strange. We normally see a ward being placed because that way the jungler can counter jungle. And apparently nothing is going to happen here. So both Rammus and Shaco going for the wolves into blue. Only surprisingly enough, there is still a wolf remaining at this this camp. And that is kind of strange to see. Because normally we see people doing this a little more efficiently. Rammus going for a gank immediately. I think so. I think he's going to ninja gank, which is coming up through the bushes here. And attempting to gank the opponents from here. And there we go, getting the taunt off, and this should be good enough if only Graves would focus the same guy. Yeah, there we go. I think Graves focused the Sypher for a bit, and an excellent gank there from Rammus at level 2. And obviously, yeah, to great effect. The 1-0 is a fact, and we are going to continue. So Irelia, who has been picked quite a lot in this tournament, versus Udyr, who's also been picked quite a lot. And then, yeah, that one is going to whomever gets the most ganks. It seems that Udyr is a little bit more of a sustainer than Irelia. Early game, but, well, later game, Irelia is more of a sustainer than Udyr. So that's why Udyr is pushing a bit now. Udyr has a little more of a buffer from his turtle stance, and as long as he can use that, wow, we see the gank on Sion here, but Sion gets his shield up just in time and can escape because of that. Yeah, Rammus obviously really strong because of that taunt. And now it's time for Shaco to do his thing, but Swain is really pushed up against his tower. There is not a whole lot they can do. They have to get the fear off at least, and no fear. Oh, the stun! Wow! The stun actually reaching before the flash went down, and that was good enough. So 1 versus 1 now. Both of them were due to ganks, and well, as I predicted, kinda. Yeah, both of them are really strong at ganking, and yeah, we see Shaco taking down Red Buff without any trouble. Red Buff normally doing a lot of damage, as you can see from Rammus. But yeah, Shaco is just going to farm up a little bit more before he gets to gank again. Or yeah, well, he's going to help mid lane out, whatever. No, Rammus is going to help mid lane. Shaco is going to farm it up a little bit. And yeah, we see Tarek in the bush there, trying to keep an eye on what Nunu's doing. And yeah, as long as they know that he's in the bush, it is kind of, yeah, a big area you need to stay clear from, because otherwise you're going to get snowballed in the face, and you don't want that. So basically what you want is to... Did they really put 2 wards in there? I think they did. Or the other ward just timed out, that could be as well. Not sure. Yeah, if you don't see where the Nunu is, then you have a big area to stay away from. If you exactly know where he is, you know exactly where the snowball could land on you. It's actually called Ice Blast, I think. Everybody calls it Snowball because that's basically what it is. And we see Rammus stealing the big raid. Just a little experience in gold from the enemy. And Shaco taking out the rest of the raids, which is definitely not as good to have. And Shaco running into the lane, but not actually getting anything down there. Wasting a bit of time, but so far so good. He has had 1 successful gank, I guess that's good enough. So Shaco definitely got spotted there. So everybody knows he's there, and therefore the top lane can push a little bit. He doesn't have to be afraid of Shaco coming in, because Shaco was mid, and so he can only be at one place at the same time. So if he's mid, then he cannot be top, and therefore could do a little bit of damage. Obviously, you're not going to be able to kill Irelia. She is just too powerful, but yeah, with a gank coming in, it might be good enough. Anyway, Rammus now going for the blue buff here. The enemy blue buff, that is. And Swain coming to help him, because Swain actually would like to have it, obviously. And yeah, it appears they got it without any problem, without anyone even coming to them. But that's because the blue team only has a ward at the bottom part of the mid lane, and the purple team has 3 wards out. 2 in the river, one top river, 1 middle river, and 1 in the near the enemy raids. As well as, well, both teams have 1 in the tri-bush still, I think, at the bottom lane. And that is unsurprising, the spot to watch for the purple team. And I don't know why the blue team has warded it there. I think because they have been pushed back all game, because Graves is just stronger than Sypher. All game, by the way, not just late game or early game. But yeah, well, Sypher can do more harassment than he can, because she has a longer range on her Q, on her boomerang blade. And yeah, they replace the ward before it's actually timed out, which is yeah, it is good, but it's not really necessary, because the enemy doesn't know when you place your ward most of the time. But I guess if you can do it close enough together, so if you only have like 10 seconds of overlap, something like that, then it's still okay. And going for an early dragon here at 9 minutes in. Obviously we saw the 4.5 minute dragon from the last game, so this is not that early, but it still is pretty early. and a lot of damage going down on Sion, and Sion is going to fall, and the whole purple team is still here. So, oh wow, except for Udyr. Udyr just died, but yeah, well, Sypher is going to die for that. And now it is kind of a question who's going to die next, because there are more deaths coming. Irelia is going to fall, and well, that's it. No, Shaco is still not out. Shaco probably used his deceive already, and oh, the taunt going off at the last possible moment. That was really nice. Oh wow, that taunt, man. That was exactly at the right time. Oh my god. And Nunu is still here, but Nunu is not going to be able to get this or to harass them enough. Sion is, so that's why they're running away. Not sure why they are running away completely. I would assume they would just regroup and go back in. But apparently they don't want to risk it, and especially because there are no wards on the map for the purple team around or in this region, so they couldn't really tell how many were coming. And although they do have 2 wards, one in the tri-bush and one near the golems, so, or the raids. So I'm sure they could have seen how many of them were coming, and well, they lost the dragon there because they all retreated. So dragon going to the blue team, fixing part of their well, the amount they were behind, because it's still 1.3k behind. But yeah, they're 3 kills behind, so I guess it's not too bad. Oh, almost getting the top turret here, but Irelia was back just in time to save that. Pretty sure the top turret will fall with the next push. And Udyr is going to stay on that. He just placed a ward to prevent the ganks from coming in. Obviously with Shaco you need to place your wards a little bit further out than you normally would, because he has this invisibility, and yeah, the invisibility is of course really tough to deal with. Yeah, because the normal wards don't spot him, and the purple wards, the pink wards are a little bit too expensive to consistently use, or constantly use, I should say. And yeah, therefore you need to place your green wards in better spots in order to make sure that you don't get ganked by Shaco while warding up the entire jungle here. Shaco is not going to be able to stay anywhere. And wow, an oracle's going or on the Rammus, and still Shaco almost gets out. He is not going to be able to though. Wow, they pick off the right one immediately, and no problem. Not sure if he wore a buff or they just got lucky, but it's kind of funny to see these things that they immediately know which one it is, because you cannot fool these people anymore. It might also be that the fake Shaco kept running in the same direction, and the one that turned around was obviously the real one. Something like that. So Rammus now checking all of the bushes for wards. There are no wards out, it seems, for Team Blue. The only one is there. There are wards in their jungle, but and I'm sure he will get to them, but as long as he cannot get spotted, he might as well do the enemy raids. 2 of them at least. Getting the big one and one of the small ones. And wants to prevent as much of the experience as he possibly can for Shaco. And Shaco is probably going to do the same to him. Shaco is getting spotted here, and Rammus might actually go for him. Yeah, the big raid going down. Shaco actually taking that, because they keep harassing each other in that way, stealing each other's jungle. And the Rammus hasn't checked their own jungle yet. So new ward's going down, by the way, in the bottom part of the mid lane, the top part of the mid lane, and then 3 in the top part of the river near the Baron, and 3 in the top part of the river there is a little bit of overkill. I think that would have been plenty if there was only 1 there. Baron just spawned, but nobody is going to go for it just yet. Because, well, as you can see from the amount of gold, they're even. There is 400 gold between them. That is not enough to go for Baron blindly, basically, without getting any kills in advance. What you want to do is you want to get either a kill or push the enemy really, really hard, and then you can go for Baron. But normally you need a kill first. And with Sypher's ultimate, that was an easy tower kill, and Sypher did take quite a bit of damage, so she has to get out of there. It's going to maybe heal up, I don't know. No, she doesn't have a lot of lifesteal. She has the 3 Doran's blades, but they don't provide a lot of lifesteal. So yeah, she's going to have to back off for a while, going to heal up and going to come back in. So the enemy team pressuring their mid turret now, and since it's 5v4, there is not a lot they can do about that. So unfortunately, their advantage of pushing that turret is immediately negated by the fact that the enemy did take out their mid turret. Pink ward going down at Dragon, although Dragon isn't up. But they can still spot when the enemy is doing it, and obviously if the enemy wards it with green, or warded it with green, they would have been able to pick off that ward. Which wasn't the case. Anyway, if Rammus comes past there, he is going to earn another 150 gold for that, 125 for the ward, and 25 because he kills it. So that in and of itself is going to make it worth it. Almost landing the never move there on Nunu, but that is not good enough. Oh, hang on. Rammus is on the same team that plays the pink ward. That is too good. So another ward going down, and they see that Dragon has now been pulled out into the river, and yeah, the whole purple team is purple team is now going after the people or the enemy team, and they actually got 2 kills out of that, or well, 3 kills now. Hang on, the purple team lost 3, so yeah. Yeah, so they started Dragon and then got a little bit too greedy, it seems, or got a little bit too low from doing Dragon, and now they're going to give away Dragon to the blue team. And Shaco coming in to help out at the last minute doesn't seem necessary, so he goes to check on the blue buff, and it seems that blue nicely turned that one around. I'm having some real trouble obviously following the team fights since I don't really know who's who, and you can see for yourself who killed who and what they did basically to deserve that, or to make that happen. Anyhow, blue now getting stolen by the purple team, at least an attempt at stealing it, but Aurelia says no. But then Grave says, I want it anyway, and Rammus smites it. So I think that the Sypher has one from the last team fight, but I'm not actually sure. Maybe Sypher just took it. I don't know. Seems unlikely if Rammus is there, and Rammus did use his smite pretty recently, so I'm assuming he did kill the buff there. The golem, I should say. Sypher using her ultimate there and going to get focused a little bit by the turret because she used her ricochet, but they are going to take out the turrets. This, I'm assuming. No, turret is still standing with about 5 hit points. Oh, there we go. The turret eventually goes down, and Sypher does do a little bit of damage with a boomerang blade. Oh, nicely done. That was nicely done by Udyr. Because Udyr just kept chasing the what's his name? Shaco, and eventually found him and caught up with him, and is now going to take out this turret. That he, yeah, as I said, it will fall at the next moment they actually push. Only, well, it took like 10 minutes for them to actually push the next time. So they do get a turret out of that, which is great. Turret's now 3-2, and kills obviously 5-9, and the gold is pretty much equal. There's 800, no, hang on, 700k difference. No, 700 gold difference. 700k would be incredible. Anyhow, 700 gold difference, that's not a big deal. That is like 1 kill. 1 assisted kill. And yeah, as I said, not a big deal at this point. Early game, obviously, that's a much bigger deal, because then a small amount of gold difference can mean that you have one bigger item than the opponent has, and with one, for example, Dorn's Blade extra, you can do so much damage, so much extra damage, and you will dominate your lane basically. Same goes for one of the buffs. The buffs still are useful, especially the blue buff late game, but early game they are so powerful. It is incredible. Anyhow, it seems that the enemy team, it seems that the blue team is going for Baron. Don't know what vision they have. I would like to see what vision they have, because if they can see that, yeah, now they can see Swain, but if they could see that Swain was actually in the bottom lane or at the blue, yeah, they could actually see that because there is a ward there. So they saw that, and that's why they pushed the turret there, because they knew that no one was going to stop them. Rammus is coming in to do some damage, and he is going to get a kill there. And they are going to lose one. Wow. And eventually the blue team comes out ahead in this because they are still alive, and yeah, they got to push the turret for a 1-for-1 trade, and yeah, that is definitely not what the purple team anticipated and what they wanted out of that exchange, because everyone gets out at low life on the blue team. But they got to push the turrets. They got about half of the second turret, and yeah, as you can see, their health is at about 50%. And yeah, that is a big deal, because next time someone split pushes or someone actually just runs in with the minion wave, that turret is going to die. While if it is at full health, you will have to do a much bigger job than now, because now, yeah, basically anyone can kill it. So a little bit of damage going off from Sypher. Not really a whole lot. She doesn't kill a lot of minions, it seems. And Nunu gets killed. Yeah, he got caught by Swain, and there was no escape from there. And with Nunu dead, they might go for Baron here. Yeah, they do place a pink ward, but I think that pink ward is not in the correct spot. Oh, the other ward is also theirs. Okay. Anyway, the enemy team, well, the blue team, coming to get Baron, or to prevent the purple team from doing Baron. But yeah, the Scion gets killed immediately, and the purple team just going on with killing Baron here. There's not a whole lot the blue team can do about that. Oh, there are people coming in now. Oh no, they're going to push middle lane. Wow. I thought they were going to focus on that those people coming in, but apparently the blue team decided, well, if you're going to get Baron, fine, but we are going to get your inhibitor. And although that is not an even trade, Baron is still a bigger price. It is a big deal to get this. And oh, getting caught here. Yep. Sypher is going to die. Although she did spell shield one of the spells, but not the snare, unfortunately. She blocked the buckshot from Graves. And oh yeah, this wave is going to be enough, I'm assuming, to kill this turret, unless Swain is there in time. Because Swain, obviously, with his ultimate, can farm up that whole minion wave in 2 seconds. Yes, and indeed he was there early enough. Yeah, the never move plus ultimate basically cleans up any minion wave. And yeah, wow. They are just going to do whatever. They're just going to farm up a little bit. The purple team pushing the mid lane now, because they have lost the inhibitor, so they need to stay in the middle lane to prevent the minions from pushing too much. And they are going to get this turret, wow, for free, because Shaco is not there. Shaco did complete the dragon, I'm assuming. And yeah, with a 4v5 fight on their hands, this blue team is not going to stay in the fight. They're going to basically try not to fight and let Shaco do all the work. They're going to try to prevent even having to fight, because as long as they can hold off the purple team without fighting, the Shaco can just push their lane, push their turrets, and yeah, they are going to lose this inhibitor now. And yeah, they are going to lose the Scion again. Scion has been dying a lot. He is 1-4, and yeah, apart from Nunu, that is the worst score in the game for the moment. So obviously Graves, as I said, Graves is really too strong at this moment. He is 6-0, and that is just a little bit too much to... yeah, he's just a little bit too strong at this moment. He is a little bit overpowered. He can work with too many of everything. He doesn't need anything basically to be good. He doesn't need that many items. He just needs some farm. He doesn't need healing support. He can work with any support basically. Anyway, Baron now on or well, did I miss it again or whatever? Baron on the purple team. Did we see a Baron fight? Yeah, pretty sure we did. Never mind. Oh man, I'm screwing this up so badly. Anyhow, blue team is kind of at a loss of what to do, it seems, because they're all over the place. 3 of them are still at their base. Shaco is on top, is trying to split push, but split pushing normally is kind of a last resort. You don't use it as your primary tactic, basically. You use it as your tactic when all else has failed. And Shaco is good at split pushing. I mean, he can push this whole lane with no help at all, but yeah, it's pretty easy to counter. It's hard to kill Shaco, but yeah, you can just just do what they do now. Send Rammus in to clear up the minion wave and yeah, let it push on its own, because well, that's how it works. Anyway, yeah, so the Baron fight was indeed what we already saw. I thought that the Baron buff had already worn off, but now it did wear off. And yeah, sorry for being surprised at the Baron buff there, because that was just not necessary, to say the least. Anyhow, yeah, Rammus is just rolling in. Oh, they have 2 oracles now on their team. Apparently, really determined to get all of the wards that are on the map. And Rammus just picked up this Irelia, and the rest of the team jumped on her as well, getting an easy stun into taunt, into Taric stun, and yeah, well, that's the end of that. And I don't think there's anything the blue team can do. I think this is the first time we saw the blue team win, by the way. Because the blue team normally has all the advantages on this map. It is really an unfair map. And as I said, I think this is the first time in this tournament that the blue team actually won. So yeah, nothing they can do about it anymore. I thought this Udyr might have died, but even then, there were still 3 champions hammering away at the Nexus, so nothing was going to happen. Anyhow, the purple team wins, and that was aAa, or Against All Authority. And a nice match, in my opinion. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you next time. GG.